this guy Timothy McVeigh guilty, and then they're trying to, they want to kill him on a death penalty. They said that these patriotic groups, that these, what do you call these groups? Militia groups, they're going to come against the federal government. So that's all found in the Bible. All right? And then Russia and America, they're going to have a thermonuclear war. That's found in the Bible too. That's all prophesied in the Bible. So America's going to be destroyed in thermonuclear destruction because that's all throughout the Bible. That's why you have all these different experts. Like the brother said, you had an expert, a so-called expert on Oprah Winfrey's show speaking about he knows how to break down the codes of the Bible. Everybody's talking about the Bible. So the Bible is not just a fairy tale book, it's just a book. You know that the Bible been a bestseller since as far back as you go. It's been a bestseller, but it's the least read book on the planet Earth. The least read book on the planet Earth, or the least understood book. Even when you look at these little tabloid magazines, they're all predicting the end of this so-called society in thermonuclear war. And then you even go back and deal with Nostradamus, and it says that he read the Bible. And during this time, this is when all this stuff, all these prophecies are going to take place on the planet Earth. There's going to be much bloodshed on the planet Earth. There's going to be much riots and insurrections on the planet Earth. And all these things that are happening, man, now they're bringing back the death penalty, and certain people don't like it because there's a lot of innocent people being put on death row. Because a lot of these patriot movements, a lot of them, they're saying that that was unjust what they did to Timothy McVeigh because nobody witnessed him doing that. So they're saying they're going to get back at the federal government, at the government of the United States. So there's going to be a race. There's going to be a race war. As a matter of fact, give me the apocrypha. Give me that in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and the 17th verse. I mean, I'm sorry, the 70th verse. We're going to read that in the Bible. There's going to be food shortages in America. People are going to go back to cannibalism, eating their children, because that happened in the past. That's getting ready to happen again. No, 16, and start right here. Right, start from the 69th verse.
2nd Ezra 16:69. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
That's talking about this race war that's going to take place. Now jump up to 16 and 19 and read down.
Behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Right, because there's going to be a truck strike, a national truck strike. Because the truckers union, they're going to strike. And there ain't going to be no food coming from one coast to the other coast. Because when you go to your supermarkets and get your food, your produce, your meat and all that, your cereal, milk, they manufacture it in one part of the state or another state, then they have to truck it to another state. So if they stop the truck, if there's a truck strike, there ain't no food going to come to your market. So that's the famine. Read that again from the 19th verse.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Right. Even though you're going to catch hell, there's going to be a famine in this country, there's going to be race wars in this country, you're still not going to turn from your wickedness. So what's going to be left? That the Lord destroy you. and he's going to destroy this place. He's going to destroy America. And thermonuclear destruction. It's going to be destroyed and wiped away by fire. Read on.
Nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, the victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
You know what that's talking about? There's going to be a drop in prices, so everybody thinks everything's good. Oh, that's cheap. Now they got these warehouses now. BJ's Warehouse and Sam's Clubs and Bill's Club. If you buy 200 pounds of bacon, you know, who the hell is going to eat all that damn bacon, man? Yeah, man, 7 gallons of mayonnaise for $2. Hey, but you know what, man? That's so people saying, oh, everything is good, there's no more recession. Man, the Lord is going to hit you hard. The Lord is going to hit you hard. That's why it says in Thessalonians, it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction is going to come upon them. See, the Lord got the, it seems like the economy is going good. People shopping, buying. Oh, Sadie's here. We can go shop. Oh, I'm going shopping. Like the guy that worked with me. I said, what you doing out here? Oh, I'm going shopping. Yeah, after a while, you ain't going to be doing no more shopping. You know what you're going to be doing? Instead of shopping, you're going to be starving. Read.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth.
Right, because evils are going to get worse and worse. Now they're having this thing over there in New York. It's coming on. It's going to be all around the country. This so-called rent laws, rent regulations, which I have to say this. Constitutionally, they're not supposed to have laws on landlords. A landlord's supposed to charge whatever he wants to charge. If the landlord says, look, this room is $1 million, either you pay it or you don't pay it. But let's say they drop all the laws, all right? And let's say a landlord is renting an apartment at $500 a month. And let's say he raises that rent up to $2,000 a month. If the people that live in that apartment can't afford to pay for it, then the government is supposed to step in and say, don't worry about it. We'll give you the $1,500. So there's nothing wrong with that. Because it says in the Constitution, the reason why they collect taxes, Congress collect taxes, is for the general welfare and the defense. So here they are getting mad at Pataki about the landlords raising their rent prices and the laws. They ain't supposed to have laws on no landlords. But the government is supposed to say, don't worry about it. If the guy raised up to $3,000, you paying $500, don't worry. We'll give you $2,500 a month to help you out. You know what that's going to do? That's going to be because the government ain't going to give no money to help nobody. All right? They're going to cut all that. All that's going to be cut. You know what's going to happen? People are going to start killing landlords. People are going to start killing government officials. People, so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, our people, when they don't have nothing, they're going to take it. They're going to get it. They're going to go where the white people are. The white people got nice houses, nice cars. What do you think they're going to do? The guy that has a nice job, he's working, I want to get along with everybody, his whole psyche's going to change. He said, man, all this work I did, yo, F this white man. There goes a white woman in a Mercedes. He's going to bust that white woman's head wide open and take that Mercedes and keep it. All right? They want money. They're going to line up. There's going to be a line at these what do you call it? These ATM. I don't even know what it is because I don't know nothing about a bank because I'm nowhere near. I ain't got enough money to even go to a bank. ATM. What the hell is an ATM? They're going to have one line of people getting money and another line waiting to rip the other people on the other line off. Man, there's going to be chaos, man. And you know what? Even Uncle Tom's is starting to hate the white man now. Now, you know when the Uncle Toms don't like white people, you know you white people in trouble, man. I read on. Sword, famine, and great confusion. Sword, famine, and great confusion. What is the sword going to be used for? What's the modern day sword? Ain't nobody, there are going to be some crazy niggas out there that's going to actually get swords and use them, but the modern day, the machetes, all right? But the modern day sword is a gun. The modern day sword is a gun. Remember that. Biblically, when it says sword today, it's talking about guns, weapons, ammunition. weapons in it. When they found the van was burned up and the weapons were gone. So we're coming to that time now. Total race riots, total, and I'm not just saying race riots because so-called white people are going to come against white people. There's going to be a clash, a war against classes. The lower class white people are going to go up against the upper and middle class white people. The lower class black people are going to go up against the middle class and upper black people. And then white people are going to go against black and Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans are going to go against, it's going to be nothing but chaos out here. Read that part again.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword and famine and great confusion.
This is what's coming on the earth. This is what's coming on the earth. Go ahead.
For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine.
For many of them that dwell upon the earth, this is getting ready to happen. And it's happening now. But it's going to happen on a wider scale. Read that again.
And many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine.
And many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish, die of famine. They're going to starve to death. I'm going to give you an example. It comes on almost every night on TV. Feed the children. With this guy, Roy Jones, or whatever the hell his name is, the so-called pastor. They're showing you down south. And it's mostly white kids. They show these white kids, I mean, they live, you think we live in the ghetto, they're living in the ghetto. I mean, the ghetto, man. Yeah, they have old beat up shacks, no food in it, and then they gotta go to the outhouse to use the bathroom or go out to the woods, and sometimes they don't even make it back because a bear snap all the ass off of them. And these white people are going down, man. But I'm gonna hit you with something. A lot of our own people are going to go down too, 2/3. 66.6% of our own people are going to die. Why? Because they're wicked, they're not right, and they're not the chosen of the Most High. They're the chosen elect. Because all Israel is the chosen people, but there's a chosen elect that's going to be saved first. All right, read on.
And the other that escape the hunger,
and the others that escape the hunger, let's say they find a place to eat. They might be sitting down eating a sandwich or something.
Shall the sword destroy?
Shall the sword destroy? They're going to get killed. They're going to get shot up. They're going to get beat down. They're going to get killed. Go ahead.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung.
And the dead shall be cast out as shit, because the word dung means shit. I'm telling you what, the direct translation is the word shit. What's come at you, the dead is going to be, you know how you go to the bathroom? Boom. It's over. That's how people are going to be dying, like you go to the bathroom. Martial law. But there's still going to be little businesses out there. There's still going to be, the government's still going to be established, but it's going to be shaky. And what year are we living in? 1997, half of 1997. In about 6 more months, 1998. Everything, and that Timothy McVeigh, that death penalty phase that they had, they said that he's going to be sentenced to death, and he found guilty. That's going to wake up a lot of these militia groups and a lot of these groups that are against this government, and there's going to be hell. There's going to be hell in this government. Huh? Right, that they turned them into a martyr. And a lot of these people are going to rebel against the whole society. Like getting license plates on your cars. A lot of people are just going to take cars and drive with no license plates, no license, no nothing. You know? Read on.
And the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down.
And the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. Go ahead.
There shall be no man left to till the earth.
Right, there shall be no man left to till the earth. Nobody's going to go out and farm because it's just going to be chaos. Go ahead.
And to sow it, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all the places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. For of a city there shall be 10 left.
You hear that? For of a city. Now in a city you got millions of people in one city. They said, and when that famine and that death comes, It said you're going to go to one city and there's going to be maybe 10 people in that whole city. Go ahead.
And 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick growth and in the cliffs of the rock.
Man, a lot of people going to go back in the caves. A lot of people going to go in abandoned buildings, which is nothing but modern day caves. Go ahead.
As in an orchard of olives upon every tree, there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that searcheth their houses with the sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. The women shall mourn, having no husband.
Now, wait a minute, that means what? What's going to happen? That means 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. So a lot of these women get jealous. Where you going? You better not be cheating on me. First of all, a man is not cheating when he deals with another woman. He's supposed to have more than 1 woman. There's going to be what? The average man's going to have 20, 30 women. And another guy might have 40 or 50 women. That's how it's going to be. And you know what? You women better get used to that, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Because another thing, there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot, you don't even have to take care of them, because it says in Isaiah that they're going to take care of themselves until the kingdom is established. They're going to take care of themselves and take care of you. Why? Because there's going to be a very few men in this society. But there's going to be a lot of women preserved. Why? For these very few men. Go ahead.
Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers.
Now when the kingdom is established and set up, then the women going to have fun. Why? Because we're going to have slaves. Where are we going to get our slaves to do all this work? White people, Chinese people, African people. Because we're not African. We're Israelites. All right. Go ahead.
In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack.
Right, the plagues are drawing near and are not slack. Things are going to get worse in this country. Go ahead.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb with pains. When the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils, be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Read that 41st again. This is what it says. So all these black people and Puerto Rican people, Mexicans and all that, they're talking about, oh, we want to try to get along, we want to be friendly with everybody. Oh, he's a good white man, he's my boss. Nah. It says what? Read it.
O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle.
O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle. That means get ready for war. Read that again.
O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle.
Right, because there's going to be race wars, there's going to be there's government wars against this government, there's going to be insurrections. Read again.
O my people, hear my word.
And who is the Lord's people? The Israelites. Who are the Israelites? The so-called Negroes, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Dominican, North American Indian. The people of North, Central, and South America of Indian and Negroid descent. Those are the Israelites. But you got a lot of white people down south and so forth, these militia groups, saying that they're the children of God. And they got these little cities and forts set up. There's one in Oklahoma called Elohim City with white people, and they're going around saying that they have their community, and they're saying that they're Israelites. They're not Israelites. They're Edomites. They're devils. Go ahead.
O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Right, and in those evils be as pilgrims upon the earth. Go ahead.
He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away.
You know what that's talking about? These businesses that people own, they're just going to leave their businesses and flee away. That's how bad it's going to get. These landlords that own property, they're just going to leave. It's going to be so bad, they're just going to leave their property. They're just going to leave it. And people just going to go up in there and live up in there. They ain't going to worry about getting no rent. You're going to go ask them for rent, you're going to get a bullet in your head. That's going to be your rent. Go ahead.
And he that buyeth as one that will lose.
And he that buyeth is one that would lose. White people go to a car dealership, buy a nice brand new Mercedes or Lexus or something. And then as soon as they come out the dealership, somebody gonna roll up and take it and kill them. Upper middle class person buys a nice house, they gonna buy it for nothing because somebody gonna group of vandals gonna come up there and take it and live up in there. Then when they ransack that, they're gonna move to something. That's how it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like one of them futuristic movies, like Road Warriors, Mad Max. That's how it's gonna be. That's exactly how it's gonna be. So the white producers and directors, they always make a movie. Every once in a while, they always make movies about that. Futuristic movies about the way society is gonna be, and it's people killing one another. And taking old cars and taking 3 and 4 cars and taking the best parts of the cars and building another car and killing one another, man. That's how it's going to be in this society. Read.
He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it.
Right. He that owns things is going to be like he doesn't have no, he ain't making no profit. Bring out what's real, who really flies these ships. Then on the billboard of that movie it says, protecting the earth from the scum of the earth. From the scum, protecting the earth from the scum of the universe. Because you know what they're saying? They're saying that the angels of the Lord are the scum of the universe. So they're going against the angels of the Lord. Because UFOs are in the Bible. They're mentioned in the Bible. They're mentioned many times in the Bible. As a matter of fact, could you get that for me? Give me that. Go to Zechariah, the 5th chapter. In the 1st verse.
Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying robe.
Wait a minute, that's where the prophet Zechariah looking at a so-called UFO back in the ancient world. This was over 2,500 years ago. He said, then I looked, turned, and lifted up my eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying robe. A flying robe. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe.
Which they call today flying saucers and UFOs. Go ahead.
The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Right. It said this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth, of the whole planet Earth. That's why when you hear about these UFO sightings, they always show you different places around the world of these UFO sightings. Now go give me the book of Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, the 1st verse. Jeremiah 10 and 1. It says this will be the curse that go up around the face of the whole earth. And I want you to go back to Zechariah 5. Read.
Hear ye the word of the Lord. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Learn not the way of the heathen, and the other nations, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. The signs of heaven are the so-called UFOs. All right? Now, no, that's it on that. Go back to Zechariah. Read where you left off.
And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying robe. The length thereof is 20 cubits.
And by the way, this is a blown up version of an actual UFO sighting over New York about 1984. And it was on Channel 4 News and a couple of news shows. And this was an actual sighting of 3 ships. And this is another angle of the picture that we blew up. It was an actual photograph. All right, it wasn't fake. They had cameras and all that. This was over the skyline of Manhattan. Now that was way back in 1982, 1984. Then you have in Weekly World News, which is like a tabloid news, but a lot of times a lot of them stories are true. A lot of them are BS stories, but a lot of them are true. And it says UFOs spark killer forest fires. And they show a UFO up there shooting lightning out of the ship. Okay? All right, read on.
And the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goes forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stealeth shall be cut off. Shall be cut off as on this side according to it.
Right. This is a curse that goes forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off. All right? Hold that and give me John 10 and 10. Let's find out who the thief is. Who stole this land? Who had this land? Who had this land years ago? Hundreds of years ago? The North American Indians? Who took this land from the North American Indians? The so-called white man that came from England, that broke off from England, all right? And took this land and killed many of the North American Indians. So they stole this land. All right, read 10 and 10, John 10 and 10.
The thief cometh not.
It said the thief cometh not. Let's see what a thief does. To show you that all white people are thieves. All of them are thieves because they came to this land, they stole this land. They came to this land, they stole this land. And the ones that are here now, they're accessories to the crime because they're walking around and profiting off of a land that's been stolen. You see? Benefiting off of a stolen land. Then they have what's called the United Nations building, and there's not even a seat for the North American Indian. But the North American Indian was a name that they put on the North American Indian. Their real name is Gad, the tribe of Gad. Because who took over Gad? The American cavalry, which was a troop, all right? It was a troop. It was the American cavalry was set up as different troops in forts. Because they made this comedy show years ago called F Troop. Because it was a troop that took over the North American Indians. Now, I want you to go to Genesis, the 49th chapter, the 10th verse. Now, I told you that the North American Indians, their real name, they are the tribe of Gad of the nation of Israel. Okay? Read. Oh, I'm sorry, wait a minute. The 19th verse. 19th verse.
Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
See? And of Gad, a troop shall overcome him. What troop is that? The North American cavalry. Did they make a TV show? They called it F Troop. And what was that show all about? About the white cavalry, the troop that was trying to take over the North American Indian. But they made it into a comedy. Because the captain, Will Palmer, was friends with the chief. And what was the name of that tribe, the Hawawis? Making mockery, man. Making mockery of how the so-called white man took the North American Indian down. Read on.
But he shall overcome at the last.
But he shall overcome at the last. Because the Heavenly Father, the Most High God, is going to put the spirit back in the North American Indian to rise up against this so-called white man, right along with all the rest of the tribes. That's why you had an incident up in upstate New York of North American Indians protesting this government, the things that they're doing to the North American Indians, and they took thousands of tires, car tires, and burned them and threw them on the interstate. And every time they try to push them up, they run off and they take and throw it on it and stop traffic, had traffic backed up. So we're coming to that time now. Everything is being pushed to a head, man. Everything's being pushed to a head like a volcano. A volcano can take years to build up, and eventually it has to blow. So we're in that time now of everything gonna blow now. Everything gonna blow now in this country and around the world. Okay, now let's go back to John 10 and 10.
The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy.
Did not they do that? You're damn right they did that. They came to this country for really basically three things: to kill, to steal, and to destroy. Now go back to Zechariah where you left off. The verse that you Zechariah 5 and the verse that you left off. Got it?
It says, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief.
Right, now what is the house of the thief? America. That's the great harlot that sitteth upon many waters, that sitteth upon the beast in Revelation. Okay? Huh? Right, because this America is a harlot. Is that whore found in the book of Revelation. The beast that it sits on is the 10 common market nations, which have been established. They added 2 more, but that's a damn lie, because it's really 10. Because Brussels is one of them, but Brussels is a part of France. All right, and Portugal is a part of Spain. So they did that to upset the nation. But when you go back to the history, Portugal is really a part of Spain. Brussels, Belgium is really a part of France. So they did that to try to upset the prophecies. But there's really 10 of them, all right? And the chief of that is England. Because England is mentioned in the Bible. And out of England came what? America. And America is going to be the one that's going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
And into the house of him that swears falsely by my name.
Right, and into the house of him that swears falsely by my name, which is the so-called white man, because they established a religion over here and they use the Bible, but they're saying that they're the people of the Bible. They're saying that they're Christians. The real Christians are Israelites. The real Jews are Israelites, which are so-called black people. All right? That's why the North American Indians wore fringes. Like you see us wearing fringes, the North American Indians wore fringes. Why the North American Indians wore fringes? Why they sport fringes? Give me that in Numbers 15:37. Yeah, read that.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel.
The children of Israel, because we're going to show you, bring out some more proof showing you that the North American Indians are the children of Israel. Go ahead.
And bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
Right. What is the border of your garment? This is the border of your garment. The end of your garment. The border. So when you watch the North American Indian, you see the North American Indian in these movies, and they're always wearing these fringes. Got them all on their garments. Why? Because they were the children of Israel. Even the Mormons admit to that. But they say they're the Lamanites, which they're going off. There ain't no nation called a nation or a tribe of Laman. It was the tribe of Gad. Go ahead.
Throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations, even unto this day, you go to the North American Indian that's going back to its former dress code, is going to wear them fringes. Go ahead.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And then you also see that in movies with the North American Indian fighting against the cowboy, the fringes, and a lot of times you see the border of blue. All right? And they consider blue a sacred spiritual color. Go ahead.
And it shall be unto you for a friend, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord.
Right, to remember the commandments of the Lord. Because the North American Indians, what language did they speak when they came over here? They spoke Hebrew. And certain movies that you see, when I see certain movies and they speak the North American Indian tongue, I can pick up some of the words because they speak broken Hebrew. Like, for example, there was a movie called Billy Jack. Came out many years ago. Then there was Billy Jack, the Born Losers, which was part 2. And then they had a part 3, which was called The Trial of Billy Jack. And he went and studied with his great-grandfather. And he went into the tent. And then he saw a bluish flame. So his grandfather said to him, he said, "What do you see, my son?" He said, "Dokalish." He said, "Ash," and then he said, "a fire." Then he said, "What color?" He said, "Dokalish." Now the Hebrew word for blue is daklash. So that's showing you that they went back and they kept the native tongue Hebrew, but they changed it up little by little. Then they made a movie called Nightwing, where they had these bats. This came out in about 1976. I got the movie. And what had happened was, there was a curse of bats out in the Midwest, Arizona somewhere. And they got this scientist to try to use his invention to get rid of these bats, these vampire bats. And at the end of the movie, this chief, this medicine doctor, this chief came out and he said, "I'm going to get rid of this curse." And you know what name he called on? He called on the Great Spirit. And you know what the name of the Great Spirit was? Yahawah. And in the movie, he said Yahawah. And I have the movie. I hope I didn't tape over it, but I got to show y'all that movie. He came out and said it. So they know that the name of the Great Spirit is Yahawah. That's the name of the Most High. God's real name is Yahawah. And his son's name is YAHAWASHI. Okay? Go ahead.
And do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a-whoring.
Right. So now, this is just a small example of what's going to happen. We're just reading this all in the Bible. And for you to find in the Bible, the Spirit of the Lord have to deal with you. But anyway, I'm going to give it back to the brother, and he's going to continue to teach the Word. Right.